Good evening, everybody. It's Dr. Cash Money back with another glorious and wonderful Cash Money video. One of the members of Channel 3 asked me if I had a video on Miscreated Monster. I do not. However, I do have one and I do use one. So decided I'd do champion spotlight video on them, which is a little bit different than the Is It Good series, because with Champion Spotlight I actually have one, so I can actually demonstrate it. With Is It Good, I'm mainly could have the champion or not, but I don't really demonstrate it, just talk about it. So, first thing with Miscreated Monster, we look at him. Immediately, everything that he has is based off hit points. So, for mine, I wound up mainly focusing on gear that gave him more HP. Makes sense. So he'd do more damage. I have found that like HP scaling champions seem to not do so hot on the damage chart, and I don't really know why that is. Maybe I don't have enough at, plus what, 100% odd. Maybe I need to get more. Not certain. Total stats, 67,000 hit points, up from base at 22. Incidentally got a little bit of attack, but it really doesn't matter because his damage scales off HP. Some defense, not a whole lot. Not really interested in doing a whole lot of defense on him between his HP pool and his abilities. Speed, mine's kind of quick at 176. Mainly do a lot of player versus environment with them. Critical rate, I could probably get a little bit higher critical damage. That as well. But that's going to be some great haul work for me. Debuff resistance, I really don't run them in arena, so I really don't care too much. And the accuracy's pretty good for dealing with dungeons and things like that. Like I said, I don't really use them in arena a whole lot. I went with 2 sets of immortal gear and a speed set. I really haven't updated his gear in a while. I could probably find a better version of this, maybe even amongst my stuff that I have currently. I kind of set it and forget it with most of my champions. Once I've put equipment on them, I very rarely go back and update it unless it absolutely needs it. This might not be bad. Lose a little bit of crit damage, lose some accuracy, pick up resistance, don't really need that. It's defense, crit rate, crit damage. It's only 5-star, but would be more crit rate. Yeah, let's go ahead and run this. But anyway, so Rob Dolla had asked me if I had a video on Miscreated, and I said it didn't, so I would shoot one real quick. I really hate upgrading, sometimes it takes forever. I know it's kind of a bit off track, off topic, but we're gonna go ahead and slap this thing on it, and once we get it upgraded, and it shouldn't take too long really for me to do this, but artifact upgrades always take forever, always so obnoxious, feels like to me. But as far as Miscreated Monster goes, he's an absolute crowd control machine. Every one of his skills has something that it lends to a team to disable either numerous enemies on the field with the stun, or to protect and heal allies. Well, namely protect, since it does the protect ally feature, but heals himself as well. And then if anybody's attacked while that's on, of course it puts fear on them as well. Miscreated Monster really shines in a lot of player versus environment, like dungeons. That's the area I feel like he really comes out on top the most. But I have seen him in arena, and he can be good in arena, I feel. Don't know if he would really stand out too well in Clan Boss. Doesn't seem like it off the top of my head. Feels more like some of his talent, especially the stuns, would be wasted, but there are probably some people that are running him there as well. How are we getting less HP? Oh, 300. That's rough. But I get a little bit more crit rate, lose a little bit of AC. I'll do it. Just cause, even if I do lose 300. So, crit rate hands, HP body, speed boots, kind of no-brainers there. Like I said, I went with immortal gear to give him more HP. This ring should be replaced with an HP ring. I'm not going to put y'all through that, but this ring looks like a good candidate for that. So the only thing that's good about this ring really right here was it just gave me like a little bit more HP, a little bit of defense. Like I said, I'd probably set it and forget it, but I should have an HP ring, not an attack ring here. And I may not have had a good one at the time. Crit damage, seems about right. Yeah. And then accuracy, yeah, HP up there is nice. Gonna need accuracy for his skills. Meaty fist, and it's like not even a fist that he's swinging, it's his lightning rod thing. We attack one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 15% chance of placing stun. Debuff for 1 turn. Has a 50% chance of placing a 60% decreased death. Debuff for 1 turn. The stun is placed. So it could be really good. If you manage to stun them, you can also get decreased defense down. Lightning Storm, that's the one that attacks all enemies, 50% chance for stun. And that places a shield on all allies for 3 turns equal to 25% of the damage inflicted. Really good versus Spider. This is the ally protection that I talked about. Gives ally pro on all your allies for 3 turns. Heals the champion by 50% of their max HP, so that's all of them. And then he gets continuous heal, and then Spooky Groan. Place a fear debuff on the attacker for 1 turn whenever an ally is attacked under ally protection. Last but not least, increases ally HP in the arena by 33%. Do want to check something real quick. 15% right there. Go to the index. I want to see what his base is. Okay, so it says 15% chance normally, so mine's skilled all the way out, so it's 25%. Let's see, 50% chance, no increase. No increase. Okay. And this is going to be important because if I'm not mistaken, I think I went heavy in the defense tree on mastery, so I may not have. Okay, I haven't. Wow, I need to finish this off. Low priority. Now, what all have I done here? Of course, I went like the pretty much obvious, like traditional damage route. If you want to do more damage with the offense tree, this is pretty much, all of your meat and potatoes here. So things like Whirlwind of Death can be nice, and so can Cycle of Violence. If you're a little slow, Whirlwind of Death versus mobs can help you catch up some speed, or if you just want to be extra fast. Cycle of Violence is usually what people try to get into. If he was extremely tooled out for being a crazy killer, then this might be good, especially with the lightning attack. Do enough damage to random enemies. You might be able to cool it down quicker. But this is a pretty typical offense tree build. Now, one of the things I had considered, if either scrapping this tree or scrapping this one, it's kind of a toss-up to get down here to get to Fearsome Presence, because that's pretty big. We can make his stun off of his A1 30%, and then off of his A2, 55%. That could be pretty big. It's usually about one of the ways you can really boost up stun is fearsome presence. Of course, I went this route. Pick up the resist. If I was going into arena, improve parry. Rejuvenation's good because, healing, because he heals himself. Shadow heal for arena. Resurgent could be okay. Of course, Bloodthirst can be good for PvE. Both of these are okay-ish in PvE. Delay Death is another one that's good for PvE and arena. And then lead us into Retribution and Deterrence, which is really big in arena. If I was going to go the defense tree, just to get the fearsome presence. I haven't finished up over here. Probably not a whole lot for me really to finish up on because Master Hexer doesn't extend stuns, so can't extend like any of his debuffs except for fear. So I could get Hexer for fear. Sniper can't increase stun once again, so not much help. Spirit Haste is just kind of bad. Then Lasting Gifts might be okay, just because it can make the shield last longer. That might be what I was planning to go into from Cycle of Magic. But I went standard accuracy up, more accuracy, more shield since he puts out shields. Storm Smiter, especially for Spider, just gives me a whole lot of accuracy. Arcane Celerity, it's not a clan boss build. I don't mind him going faster. Lore still works with the basic components of his artifacts, which on the Immortal Gear is the hit points gained. That actually does work with that. And there's one way to show that really quickly. Dang, it would actually be okay here for masteries. So I get HP for masteries. It's like, what HP picks do I have for masteries that you have seen on here? There's none because green, let's see, blue has like one on the left side, and green might have one, maybe not. I know blue has a big one in tier 6. Anyways, so this shows that Lower Steel does in fact work with the Immortal Gear, as far as the not the healthy gain every turn, but this basic portion, HP plus 15%. I don't have anything else that's giving me that says get HP. It's just Lower Steel. Some people have asked about that. Let's see. So lasting gifts would be viable. Of course, kill streak could be good as well. It's probably something I should work on. I really wasn't paying attention. I didn't know that I hadn't finished scaling him up. And I actually do use him quite a bit, so that kind of makes me feel kind of dumb. But, it is what it is. I'm pretty honest, straight shooter. Do believe Miscreated still part of my spider crew. Yeah. I'll run through that real quick. I wonder if that lawnmower noise will be picked up by my microphone. It's so sensitive. But yeah, that goes down. Everybody gets a huge shield off of him. And then he stuns a bunch of the spiders. Ally protection, so he reduces the damage and takes some himself, which is basically you get eat up by the shields. Yeah, not a super huge damage dealer. People have said this about Harvest Jack too. There's something about like the HP based damage type champions. They just really for some reason, even if you get like big amount of critical damage on them, you fight like enemies that have you have affinity advantage on, they just really don't crank out that much damage. And my Harvest Jack has almost 100,000 HP, I think. Maybe less now. I took a amulet off him for Rhodos, but it's just absurd to me that they don't do like as much damage as attack types. But I guess it's just the trade-off for the fact that they, you know, have a whole lot more hit points than the attack types do. We can see he's really in this mix because of the big shield and the stun. He doesn't really get a whole lot more glory beyond that, except for he does help keep champions alive in a pinch sometimes if, you know, they happen to get through all that shielding. It has happened on some other comps, but this comp's pretty reliable at this point. So as far as artifacts go, speed set and then life or immortal sets, preferably immortal sets, I would recommend. You could do triple immortal if you had really good speed substats on. It's totally viable as well. The only reason I really take speed gear on anything, of course, is basically just to get a certain level of speed in general. Because if you are significantly slower than some of the PvE content, then you'll find yourself getting outpaced by the enemies, which means they're going to get a turnover on skills on you, and that's really going to wear you down. So a certain amount of base speed is always good. But if you have killer immortal gear that has mega like speed stats, then, you know, rock on with it, depending on where you're going to use them for. 254, that's pretty good. Let's see. I won't show you him in Ice Golem because it could take me up to 5 minutes to beat Ice Golem with my comp as it is. But I do take him into Ice Golem. I don't really think I take him into Minotaur's Labyrinth. I don't think I take him into Dragons. Probably not. No. That was people were talking about like seeing if you could find two guys to duo Dragon 20. I tried it with Miscreated and not quite with Rhodos. My Rhodos was weaker. I could see him taking into some of the other keeps as well. But so just kind of demonstrate a little bit of what he's capable of. I'm going to go back to gear real quick. Once again, just to kind of show what I'm fielding on him. Of course, I was looking for stuff with HP percentage, and speed, and then obviously a little bit of crit rate. Just to go ahead and try to get him to where he's doing some critical damage. That way he's getting at least some decent damage in. Accuracy, HP percentage, speed, HP percentage, HP percentage, crit damage, crit rate, crit damage. This is new, but I mean, it's not bad. A little bit of speed, crit damage, accuracy. This needs to be replaced with an HP ring. It has very little redeeming qualities to it. This one's okay-ish, I guess. It's got accuracy. The 2 defense rolls kind of blows, but it's a 40 crit damage amulet. What can you do? Accuracy, banner, HP percentage. Back to my masteries. Like I said, you don't have to go to the offense tree, but usually if you're doing PvE or you want to fight clan boss with this, you're going to want to be in the offense tree. I see some people in the arena go straight defense tree, like double heavy into it. I don't disagree with it, but I kind of feel like if it really came down to it, it's really a pick between one of these two for me. It's really hard to give up the offense tree to me, but seeing as he's not like a mega crazy damage dealer anyways, I could be fine with going into the defense tree. But it doesn't really give me anything for how I use him. If I was going into arena, I would definitely want to be in the defense tree, probably just so I could get a hold of this. Fearsome Presence is so good, and then Retribution and Deterrence are really strong in arena. Like, you could make this guy into a really annoying debuffer against the enemy in arena. He's not quite meta though. Well, anyways, that's my Miscreated Monster. Looks like he needs a little bit of work. And that's my champion spotlight on him. Showed you kind of an area that he excels in my opinion. Thanks for checking in on the video. Hope you guys continue watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this video. And check out some other videos that are in the channel. And leave me some comments and let me know some other stuff that you'd like to see. Thanks for watching.